the time for the state ERA is overdue by many, many years. I will suggest to you that I introduced the first state ERA effort many years ago, shortly after I first came to the Senate, which was many years ago. My belief and my thought was that if the federal government was not going to take up its responsibility to pass the federal ERA into where it belongs in the U.S. Constitution, I, as a Minnesota legislator, should make every effort to make sure we have it at least in our state constitution. Because what we know is, even with all the progress that's been made over the last number of years, you still have significant problems with workplace discrimination, wage discrimination, pregnancy discrimination. There are court cases that have acted against what we need. And absent the protection of a constitutional amendment, we simply can't do it all by statute. That's what we need, is a state ERA right now. Let me offer another thought, if I might, however. I thought in the aftermath of this fall's election, and with the folks who were elected in November of 2018, this was going to be the time to pass an Equal Rights Amendment. And I thought that, even still being in the minority in the state Senate, we would have the support of Republican senators who both saw the need and saw, from their perspective, I hoped, the electoral necessity. I'm not totally sure that's the case. And it's a real tragedy that if you look back at the federal ERA and its inception many years ago, there was significant Republican support throughout the country for a constitutional amendment to the U.S. Constitution. When I first came into the Minnesota State Senate, we had people like Nancy Bradis, Jim Ramstad, and many others, Republican senators, who supported a state ERA. It's a little bit more uphill these days, and that's where I'm going to need your support. My colleagues who are here will need your support, your advocacy, your continued work on this issue to make sure in the next couple of weeks we'll make every effort, every possible effort we can to make sure we bring the state ERA to a vote in the Minnesota State Senate, to a successful vote in the Minnesota State Senate, to placement on the ballot, and then come November of 2020, what we've been waiting for many years, the placement of a state ERA in the Minnesota Constitution. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching.